Welcome everybody to the Trades of the Week, where myself, Marcus de Maria, and my head trader, Dennis Salstrom, take you through what we are investing and trading in various asset classes. So Dennis, let's see what happened since last week. I hope you've got some good news for us on the Buffalo strategy.
Let's start with the source, which is that we had a 1% loss on BAH, Booz Allen. This was Marcus' recommendation that he wanted us to really get into this. So this is his fault.
I told you, this is useless. Booz Allen is useless. All right, very good. What's next?
Agreed. And then the only one that had some movements are, among others, we have ES. We moved the stop loss down, so we're locking in 1% profit here.
Okay, very good. So this one was a short, of course. So we're 1% locking in that profit, but we are still, as you can see, another kind of 0.75% there in profit, even more. And that looks like it's going to continue, and we'll continue moving the stop loss down as it does. Very good.
Are we moving? No. Okay, maybe not yet. All right.
Why?
And then, no.
Don't confuse people.
Okay, right. And then we have CMC as well. This is Commercial Metals Company. It just carried on down, so we never managed to get in.
This is why we always use a stop order. We need to make sure that the price does take us in. Don't just buy something just willy-nilly. Very good.
Yeah, and then the last one is, well, I guess Round Hill Sports Betting. We looked at this last week, and now we're in the trade. It triggered us in yesterday.
Oh. So actually, it triggered us in a little bit lower than we probably would have wanted to, no?
Yeah, it did. We had an amazing doji here yesterday, a small candle.
And it was red, everybody. It was red.
It was red. So this risk-reward ratio we had here was incredible, but now instead, it triggers the sin down there, right? So that's a shame. But
that is a shame.
Sometimes.
By the way, just the reason that we're not going through every single one of these is that they haven't really moved that much, then we won't show them. Okay, so do we have any new ones for us to be getting into?
We have 2.5 new ones, and I will show them in a moment. Do you want to give us a brief update, or do you want...
A little bit. The only thing I want to talk about, because everyone is talking about it, is Evergrande. Evergrande, which is a great name, of course, but it sounds as if it's not Evergrande, because the world's most indebted property developer in China, it has over 300 billion of debts. And now here's the problem. It itself has said that it is having trouble paying those debts back. It's not anybody else, it itself. And also, rating agencies have downgraded it several times as well. So there's a real liquidity crunch. Now, here's the problem with all of this. The problem is, it's like a domino effect, because you can imagine all the banks have been lending to the company. That has then gone on a buying spree, buying all the properties all over. And it has a real knock-on effect. And the people that lent the banks, etc., 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 etc. So that's why people are, I've even got this China is crashing thing going on over here. That's not good at all. Now, some people obviously say that China is going to bail it out. Other people are saying, well, they don't normally. So this is a real concern. And that's one of the reasons that markets have been going down. And as we'll see later, cryptos has as well. So what do you think, Dennis? Is this a bad thing or a good thing?
Well, for us, it's a good thing, because we are both hedged, but also we take advantage of that, because when the markets are going down, and I really realized that the other day when the markets crashed yesterday, a massive 700 pip drop in the Dow Jones. I mean, it's 2%. It's not a lot, right? It's not a crash. It's more of a correction. But the news do tend to say it's a crash. But it's great, because now we get good opportunities to get into our positions, which we want. So as long as you have a strategy, I would say it's game time.
Yep, absolutely. And we have been buying like crazy. So we need several positions. Again, because of the volatility, we do need ups and downs. So what have you got for us here, Dennis?
Yeah, so speaking of game time, we are getting into our Conic Corporation, placing an order on yesterday's candle, a massive green candle. The markets do look to be reversing a bit. So good fundamentals, a good upward trend, and a good risk-reward ratio as well.
Okay, very good. Make sure you use a stop order, boom, to get in ARNC. Very good. Okay, let's see what happens there. Next one, ENTA, Enanta Pharmaceuticals. This is a short, a nice horizontal buffalo here, looking to get in. Dennis has his red candle, so he's very happy as well. Yeah,
I am salivating. This is going to be exciting.
Wow.
And then we had another one as well. This was also GTH. We had this on the list. Wanted to show that to you as well. But we did get triggered in yesterday as well and just carried on down. So it's a bit too late to get in. That's why we also added another one. But let's see what happens on these.
Yeah, let's see what happens on this. But this one has moved already. So please don't chase things. Never chase the price. We don't want to be getting in now. It's already too low. Very good. Okay, so let's turn on to that. So we had a 1% loss there. Let's turn to cryptos. What's been happening?
Yeah, maybe before we get into cryptos, maybe it's worth mentioning that we have a Facebook Live next week on Thursday, if I remember correctly.
So if you want the chance to be able to ask us questions live, and we will make sure that we actually answer all your questions about anything that you want. You know, anything. You can look at stocks, or you want us to look at cryptos, or you want us to, anything. Comment on anything. Then please do that.
Recipes for smoothies, maybe.
Definitely recipes, no, not yours one, because they're really bitter. Right, Facebook Live, Thursday, the 30th of September, 2 p.m. UK time. Okay, so Thursday, the 30th of September. Make sure that you are on there for that to be able to ask us questions live. Very, very good. Nice one. Okay, so cryptos.
Yeah, so cryptos have had a bit of a drop the last couple of weeks, and retracements are nothing strange, right? We might make these movements here. It goes up, and then it goes down, and then it continues up, then it goes down. So nothing strange, but I definitely think, as Marcus said, with the China situation, that has rubbed off on the crypto market as well. The fundamentals looks very exciting in cryptos.
You do look tired, Dennis. You do look very tired. Are you sure you slept last night because of the cryptos crashing?
No, I was up all night, obviously, looking at the charts. No, yes. I slept like a baby. I had my orders in. It was good. I love this. This is what we're waiting for. We're waiting for this because most people, they buy on the way up, and they always ask us, will we ever get a chance to get in? Well, yes, you will, because it always happens.
And it's really funny because they never ever get in when it's going up. They're saying it's high, high, high. But when they get a gift, I believe that was a gift yesterday, and I got into around, I think, 8, 9, or 10 different ones. Ones that I've already been in, but just adding to my positions and being able to get into some that maybe I wasn't in because they kept going up, up, up. And it's really funny because people go, but I can never get in, it's too high. Then when it comes down, they go, oh, but what if it carries on going down? That's because they don't have a strategy, okay? And we do with the CCA. So let's have a look. Any ones you want to mention today?
There are a few, but the last thing I want to say on this is very common that you see there's an old resistance here. Now might have turned into support. Very common when you look at the charts as well. So very exciting, but I want to look at a few here potential. Well, not really, because they have moved up a lot. We can just take one example out of these here, but XRP, for example, did go up. They have dropped down now. So you can look at any of these lists. So if you're new to the channel, do make sure you look at the list here of Ethereum, XRP, BNB, VeChain, Cardano. They've all come down from the latest high.
These are great ones. Yeah, great ones. Like Cardano, for example. I mean, I think you got into some more Cardano. Is that right?
Yeah. I did.
And Cardano tops the list of the most developed projects, outrunning even Ethereum. Now, I don't exactly know what that means, but it says that research on blockchain development trends shows Cardano is the most developed from a sample of 50 open source protocols. It sounds good. What does that mean?
So I think what it means is that, and I did study Cardano a little bit, and it's a lot, the transaction with Ethereum, they are very high, right? It's a very inefficient blockchain, and maybe until they upgrade to 2.0. And it has the largest amount of kind of projects running on it at the moment. But I think with the Cardano, it has the most amount of kind of projects looking to integrate, and they are integrating with it. But might not be kind of up and running as much as they are on the Ethereum blockchain. But a lot of them are looking at Cardano just because it is a better blockchain than Ethereum. Maybe not as proven, but a better blockchain. So we'll see. Just like Solana is another example of these blockchains that are building their infrastructure rapidly.
Yeah, absolutely.
So all of these are down. Sorry, yeah?
Yeah, no. Which other ones have you been looking at?
Yeah, so all of these are down around 30% from the high. I think Polkadot is another one.
I got into that one, yeah, because I realized it's one of the bigger ones, but I don't really have a big position on it, so I really use this opportunity. I know that some people in the office went into Link, some people went into Theta, Matic I got into, yeah.
Yeah, Matic as well, same here. Also came down a lot, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And then of course we have taken a lot of profits recently on Solana, but we did get into now again. We have a new high. It's down 32%. So a good opportunity to get into Solana as well.
And remember, we talked about Solana. Solana has huge transaction speeds. It's very inexpensive. This could be an actual Ethereum killer. But it is unproven. It's actually had more transactions, would you believe, than Ethereum. Can you believe that? More transactions. In total, yeah. It's had more transactions than Ethereum. That's crazy. Well, because it does so many per second, so not surprising. Okay, good. Which other ones? You like Cello, don't you? I got into Avalanche again as well.
Yeah, me too. Going to Avalanche as well. But with Cello, for example, I just wanted to say, if you did get in at the 37% drop, right, you would now, even though the market has gone down, be up 50% on this. So that is awesome if you did. We are waiting for 100% though before we milk the cow.
Congratulations, by the way, if you did, and please do comment below if you did. We love to hear this feedback. It makes us all warm and fuzzy. So please make sure that you do that. Yeah, especially Dennis.
Yes, especially me. Yeah. And then as well, we have FTT. This is the newest one we are adding, and there are many reasons for that. But maybe we can update a little bit what is happening in the market with crypto.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of different things happening, but one is some negative news really is, Binance is under investigation again, and they can keep coming at you, right? They can do this, and then you've got to tick the boxes, and then they can come at you for something else. And here, it's now not the SEC, but the CFTC, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and basically it's saying that there was a little bit of insider trading potentially happening within Binance, where it might be that either Binance or its staff exploited customers by taking advantage of its trading activities, maybe front running or something like that. That's something that some companies do. It is, of course, illegal to be getting into something when you see a big order coming. You say, oh, this is going to push the market up, therefore I'm going to get in. Maybe they did something like that. That's the kind of thing. I know it sounds shocking when a company like that does it, but of course banks do it all the time. And they get fined massively to the tune of billions a year for doing things like this. That doesn't excuse it, of course, not at all. They shouldn't be doing it, and we don't know whether they have done it. But obviously what that does is it causes a lot of fear in the market and keeps prices down. The other thing with Ethereum is over $1 billion worth of Ethereum has now been burned after its update, which of course was the London hard fork. So that's good because remember, when something is burned, there's less of it. That introduces that all-important word in cryptos, which is scarcity. Yeah, and that is so important, very, very important indeed. But apart from that, yeah, FTT. Well, of course, FTX Crypto Exchange has slowly been coming up the ranks stealthily. It's almost like you didn't notice it, and boom, suddenly it's there. It's in the top 5. FTX is a force to be reckoned with, I think. I actually did pick up some more as well in the drop, so that is really, really good. I had already been in at a lower price, but I thought that I would get in again there. So anything you want to add there on FTX? Because that's the one we're looking at this week for people.
Yeah, it's one of the up and coming exchanges. It is already really big, and it's fully compliant as well. So Binance struggles because they're not compliant, but Coinbase is, I would say, compliant, and same with FTX. So they're good platforms to get into. So some are saying that the FTT token might be the new Binance coin.
We all know what happened with Binance coin, right? But are they actually burning any of their coins the way Binance does? Are they doing any of that? Do you know?
I'm not sure if they are burning. I would suspect that, but I'm not sure. But I know that they're integrating NFTs, DeFi, so they're really stepping up their game as well, which is very exciting. And the one thing I want to add here as well, before we get into the VCAs, are that a lot of both YouTubers, you probably listen to a lot of crypto profiles, and they're saying, they might go up, the market might go down. They have different opinions as usual, but I think the main message always will be that when the market goes up, make sure you take profits, and when it goes down, make sure you buy and use a strategy, because a lot of people don't, and that's why they struggle. That's why they get liquidated. That's why they lose a lot of money. So no one knows where the market's going to go. We believe it's going to go up, and long term, I think we can probably all agree. But do make sure you use a strategy. Super important.
Yeah, very good. What do you mean by taking profits? Do you mean milking the cow, Dennis? Is that what you mean?
Yes, that's
Can you give us an example of what that might sound like?
Might sound like this. Moo. And if we ask Marcus, he would kill the cow. You should never kill the cow. It's always me.
Yeah, I apologize. Very good. Okay, moving on to R. Let's see what happens with FTX token, so FTT, this time next week. Let's move on to our more investment type strategy, which is, of course, the VCA on stocks. Yes.
Yeah, and the one to mention today is Etsy. It did go up 15%, a little bit more, but we took profit at 15% here. So are we milking the cow? Okay, well, kind of.
It's kind of not really milking the cow. I keep telling you. We're actually killing the cow there. Oh, yeah.
See, I told you guys.
Because we're coming out. No, I don't. We're coming out of the entire position, so we've killed the cow. Right, what else?
True.
That's good. Congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you. And then and then we got another entry on gold, Barrick's gold, down 28%. So let's see if we get a reversal. Then the miners, the silver and gold has been really going down over the last couple of weeks, been kind of boring. But that is the time to buy, right? It should be like watching paint dry, like Marcus usually says. So another entry on gold, and I think it's going to do really well.
Should it be like watching paint dry or watching grass grow, Dennis?
Both. Maybe watching grass be painted. Well, okay.
Okay. Next.
And then the one, but that's really the one we are looking at, and the other ones we don't have any more entries on the other ones,
right.
So we are sticking with the other ones.
Yeah, so nothing much happening with the other ones. We are in many positions, just waiting for that to turn. So let's have another look. I'm surprised actually that more of them didn't go down and give us more of a position, but so that's the case. Okay, let's have a look at what have we got for this week. We have a nice cat. Oh, that's nice.
We have a Caterpillar we're looking at. It is a big company. It looks very promising and looks to be undervalued according to the PEG ratio, which takes the earnings and the growth into consideration. So it's down 22% at the moment, which I think is a great entry point.
Okay, and the return on equity, investment, the fundamentals look really good. Return on assets, they're all positive, which is really good. And the PEG ratio, by the way, is the PE ratio, so the price over earnings divided by the growth over the next 5 years. So it has a growth element baked into it, and if it's undervalued right now, generally speaking, that is a very good sign. It is also at minus 22%, so it's all lining up. So if you have done your research and you agree with this, then you know what to do. Very good. Let's see what happens to that over the next few months or so. And, you know, the thing is, when we talk about stocks, we really are talking about months, you know, months to years on the VCA, whereas crypto seems to be doing a little bit better. Talking about doing better, let us have a look at the results, Dennis. Can you share with us the results? Big drum roll. Boom. Here we go. Stock market results on the Buffalo. So we ended up the year at 36.5, but now we're going into the next year. So therefore, you know, kind of 12 months, and now we're going on. Starting off strong with a minus 1%. Boo! And as we said last time, that's a boo, Dennis, not a moo. Okay. The VCA, but we're adding 15% onto that. So that goes up to 635%. That is on the money invested. And the crypto still has not changed at 1,160 for the CCA, which is our more solid companies on the money invested. And the small cap, where we take on a little bit more risk, you know, risk reward, 1,520. And that's where we ended for the year as well, which I think is a pretty strong performance there on money invested. By the way, if you do want to have these kind of results, then please do make sure that you let us know. And one of the ways of doing it, look, we do want to know what your results are. So for those of you who are going to be sending, please, an email to Gabriella at investment-mastery.com with your results. You know, whether that was just the last week or the last month. Maybe some of you have been with us for a whole year. Gabriella at investment-mastery.com. We're going to be sending some prizes out. What are the prizes, Dennis? This is so exciting. Do you know what the prizes are?
Very, very exciting. It's actually books and that Marcus and Maria has written, signed by
What's
him
my
as
name?
well.
What's my name? Sorry, Marcus Maria.
Marcus de Maria. And it'll be signed by you, I think. Is that what's happening?
I don't know whether that's a reason for people to want to, but hey, why not? Look, we've printed my books out for you. You can choose which ones if you like. There's one about wealth creation. There's the Lunchtime Trader, of course. So the first one's about the mindset and psychology. Actually, it's a really good book, I have to tell you. And the Lunchtime Trader, where my 21 years of trading experience is in there. I'm going to sign it for you as well. And here's the point. Send in your trading results, because success breeds more success. You need to acknowledge, recognize, and celebrate those successes. Okay, so make sure you do that, whether you've been with us for a week, a month, a year, it doesn't really matter. We look forward to hearing from you. Very, very important indeed also is that you subscribe to this channel so that you never miss out of what Dennis and I and the team are getting into. Anything else you'd like to add, Dennis?
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I went to the workshop 5 years ago, and I was a bit more, 6 maybe now, and I actually won the book, The Wealth Workout, from you, Marcus, as well there, and that the book was brilliant. It really gave me the tools to take the next steps, because it's all about the mindset. So I can highly recommend reading that book as well. So do make sure you choose that one first, maybe.
Thank you. Yes, I mean, it is the foundation. After all, 80% of success is mindset. Remember the Facebook Live as well, Thursday, the 30th of September at 2 p.m. So we look forward to seeing you there live and answering all your questions. But from Dennis and myself, we will see you next week in Trades of the Week.